That looks pretty cool.
All right, so let's check out our random encounters. Random encounters is where we go through a list of 20 topics. We'll roll some dice and hopefully we'll be able to talk about something that we roll. We'll let our guest start us out with a roll.
Oh yeah, manners.
And let's see what we get. If you just want to roll the D20.
Okay. I'm going for 14.
Try not to break the monitor or anything.
Not gonna do the dice cam, man.
I want 14.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit the dice cam up here.
Here we go.
Hold on, we're gonna get the dice cam
There
going.
we go.
Of course, it goes out of the.
15.
15. So he rolled a 15, which is game character highlight. This is where we take one of our favorite characters in video games, and we'll talk about them for a bit. So what is one of your favorite video game characters, man?
Noctis, man.
All right,
That's mine too. That's Bay. Okay, that's my.
I'm up for this. I'm up for
That is my
this.
video game.
All right, let's talk about Noctis then.
Yes, Noctis Lucius Caleb.
What do you like about Noctis, man?
Well, I like the fact that I like that he's kind of like that snobby prince, but at the same time he's not snobby and cares about his friends. But then there's this whole other side to him where he feels as if, like he's coming into his own. He's like fulfilling the duties of the kingdom and he having to grow up all at once. And he's really showing all this kind of character he has. And I really like this character. He goes above and beyond, and he's just way too OP. Like if you put him up against any other Final Fantasy character, like he's the most powerful. Like,
you think so?
Like, okay, so Gift of the Gods. Okay, so gift of like multiple gods. He has the power of the crystal, and then he has from every other king, he's gained power from each one of the other kings in the past, and their weapons. He has a chain ability that lets him use the power gifted by his friends together to chain his armor together that way. It's literally the most powerful set I've ever seen ever. It's just, you can't do this in any of the other games. This is like the one character, if you had to bet on someone to win a fight, you would literally put all your money down on this one guy.
All right. Q, you got something? You look like you look
no,
like you
I mean,
wanted to
actually,
talk
what he
over
said,
there.
I'm just going to break it down for folks who aren't as familiar. I mean, what he's talking about the armature is basically Prince Noctis' main powers are he can summon weapons that he has basically from like a dimensional space. He can pull them. He has them, but they're stored. He can pull them out, and he can teleport to them. And what makes him so powerful isn't just the weapons he has, even though he can wield a vast variety of weapons. We're talking about guns, dual knives, big buster swords, shields. He's got the whole set. But it's also the fact that his raw speed, because speed is not a small thing, and he is the fastest Final Fantasy character I've seen. I mean, this is a guy that can zip all around the area, regenerate health. He is definitely a top tier. And then, like you say, because, well, kind of is the rule because the series keep going on, he has the most devastating. It isn't since Final Fantasy IX have we seen, like, city-busting summons. Like, Final Fantasy IX, they had Alexander, and it was pretty much could crush a castle. But, like, this one, every freaking summons is, like...
It's, like, devastating. Like, Leviathan, a giant freaking... like water tornado tsunami. I can't even describe what is happening. It's just destroying everything.
And your first summons you get Ramu, you use them. Like the mission where you learn to use them is you destroy an entire military base where you just go in there and he's just like, oh, look at that, picks you up and like, hey, get out the way, kid.
And most of
those
those encounters last about 5 minutes apiece if you're starting out, and if you summon him, it's like, oh wait, they're all dead.
Yeah.
What?
So the lady of the group says that was her favorite as well. So I'm sort of curious of the female perspective of what's great about this character.
Whoever designed him. Okay. They did a beautiful job with him. Okay. I mean, come on, look at him. He's just gorgeous to me. Yes, he's not real, but still.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, come on.
You dress him up quite a bit, Lesnar. So I guess he's
Yeah.
as real as he can get.
Wait.
Hey, y'all forget he does Sasuke too, which is my anime bae.
This is at a
Okay.
scarily kinky level, so I'm just gonna.
It was my idea to do Noctis in the first place. So.
Anyways, I don't know. The art style of him is beautiful to me. So.
Awesome.
I have to admit, that's how awesome he is, because honestly, that is not my favorite style of character design. I grew up in the age of people like Clint Eastwood and Arnold Schwarzenegger, so that kind of teen heartthrobby look, but he's so cool, it gets past my annoyance factor that I did not mind playing as him. even though normally I'm like I prefer like a Kratos,
Yeah.
a big manly man,
Mhm.
you know, and Prince Noct is kind of like a
You like
he
a
could definitely-
big manly man, huh?
I like how
That's right.
sassy
Well, I mean,
he
it's the guys we idolize, we grew up with. But you know what? I don't care. I'm confident in myself. Get
Yeah,
you. But no, but like, but Noct just breaks that barrier that he's cool enough that I'm like, okay, this dude's, because he looks like he could definitely be on an episode of like Twilight or
No.
True Blood.
No.
Or True
No.
Blood.
No. Well, I like. He's just
Is
sassy.
that one of the things we can't talk about?
He needs to be pampered, and I
Twilight?
would pamper him.
I mean, it's one thing we don't want to talk about.
If it's a
Okay,
cringe.
wait. I love Twilight. Okay. But do
And you
not
love
put
Noctis,
Noctis.
so-
No, don't put Noctis and Twilight in the same. No.
What? He could solve that vampire problem by himself. He's a
I
one
like
man army.
vampires though, so I would probably be like, "Look, Not, we can't do this today."
All right, let's see what we got here next. I'll roll one for us. Let's see, 19 favorite anime
Oh wow, we're just rolling
Yes!
through this.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yes, this is awesome.
All right, I guess I'll start us off since I rolled it. Let's see, favorite anime character.
I'm waiting to see what he's gonna say, man.
Why? Why are you? Okay, mine is the dang it, starts with a T. It's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, it's from Irregular Magic High School.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah. The Irregular and a Magical Academy.
Yeah, the Irregular
the
Magic
main
Academy,
character.
the main
like-
character. Can't think of his name right now, but such an awesome character. Like, I just like the way he presents himself, the way he looks at situations.
I love the fact that your favorite character you can't name.
Yeah, I know,
that
I
is
know.
so much.
I'm
Xenoblade
horrible with names. I've said this so many times.
I'm worse than you, man.
Yeah. But anyway, like his character, so I sort of like also the taking out of normal anime where he doesn't have any. He doesn't get afraid of chicks and women and stuff when they come on him, but he doesn't
Tatsuya.
understand. Yeah, Tatsuya. But he also he's not interested in that. You know, he's interested in his magic. He's interested in doing his thing.
And his sister.
Wait, that's his sister.
Yes.
I haven't seen it, but I know about it.
They sort of make that, but he's not. He doesn't see it that way. It's not like he's
protective. He does
He's
not
just very
really act like a
protective,
Siskob, but she's a Brokon. Like,
but
she
he
is-
does. He'll play it up sometimes just to make her nervous, but to break the ice and stuff. But anyway, that's one of my favorite characters. So I guess we'll go down the line. So we'll let you hit it up next.
Sasuke Uchiha.
Okay.
Okay. Who else, guys? Someone who falls into the utter darkness, is consumed by utter hate, and then comes right back and then hangs with his best friend again. Or gets saved by his best friend, and then becomes a savior and a protector of a village in which he sought to destroy in the first place.
Okay.
And just utterly
you just spoiled
powerful.
Naruto for everybody.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Too late.
Like, oh no, everybody was wondering, well, will they, won't they? And then you
I
had
mean,
to-
come on. There's so many memes and YouTube videos out there. Come on. How
Okay,
can you not
and
know that?
it's been like over for like ever. I can't
Yeah,
see how
no,
anyone hasn't watched the ending.
They're still going through the filler. It's a very long series. They're still going like, wait, they're in a world of cats? What? Is this just a
Oh,
reason to put
yeah.
cat ears
Yo,
on
that was
Sasuke?
an amazing episode. Sasuke and cat ears.
I should have.
No.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
I'm just
Well,
gonna
once again,
secede.
I've said this before on this show, and I'll say it again. I use the canon list so that I do not watch all the non-canon stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I just skip those massive amounts of sections.
Which is almost all of the war arc. Like the war arc was like 90%
Yeah.
filler.
I think
and
it boils
10% important.
down to if you look at the canon list, 50% of the anime is filler.
Oh yeah, like out of the
Wow.
500 episodes of the Shippuden, you got like 200 episodes that were like filler episodes,
I
and
enjoy
the
the
original
filler
Naruto is
episodes.
even worse.
Yeah.
I enjoy
But
the
every Rock Lee one I loved. I won't lie. I can't get enough of Neji and Rock Lee. Okay, no
goodness.
spoilers. But yeah, Neji and Rock Lee are my. Like, I almost changed my favorite character. I had someone else, but I was looking like Neji. But
Mine will always be Naruto. That's just because of my childhood. and I
Believe it.
love it. Believe it, yeah.
Believe it.
Believe
Yeah.
But
it.
right now, my I'm drifting into my favorite is 02 from Darling in the Franxx.
Oh.
I love that girl's attitude.
Yeah, she's been hitting that up, and we've been watching Darling in the Franxx, and one that I've been kind of shifting more to would be Eins Go from Overlord. I've been watching that religiously, and it's just too good, man. Like,
his personality,
Now, what was the show you were saying?
Mine?
Yeah.
Darling in the Franxx. You probably see.
I have not seen.
You've
It's
probably
getting
seen
popular.
pictures of her. She has
Brand new.
pink hair, horns.
she's brand new.
She's wearing that red skin tight suit with the thing on the back of it.
Okay.
You've probably seen it.
Probably.
You probably have.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out because
I
I
haven't
really
started
good.
it.
have
It's not my
I've
cup
not
of
watched
tea,
that.
unfortunately.
Have you watched it?
No, it's not my cup of tea. Like
Not
when I
your
read
cup of
it, I was like, nah, man. I'm a shonen all the way. I don't really watch a lot out of it.
of the other
Yeah.
party anime.
Yeah, like I've seen a little Hitalia, but I've
Mhm.
watched about. I said, oh, that was funny for like 10 minutes.
No, I
Yeah.
mean,
And
well,
then I
my
was
thing
done.
is I do try to watch at least a few episodes of everything,
Mhm.
just so I know about it. I mean, one of the things we do this show, we sort of need to know a little bit about.
Mhm.
So if that's one I haven't seen, I'll check it out. So.
I'll let YouTube tell
You'll
me. That's
enjoy
cheap.
it, I promise you. She got me into it,
Uh-huh.
and in one night I watched 4 episodes straight.
And
I
we
was
were
just
like,
sitting
guess
there.
what?
We was already like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was like, I don't want to go to bed yet.
And guess what comes out of his mouth? We're cosplaying them.
I literally said
Okay.
that. I was like, that is so cool. We're doing that.
All right,
So-
Q.
Well, this will show you how much me and Zeno are a lot alike because the character I'm going to say is going to remind you of someone else. Of course, Kazuma Yagami from Kazuno Stigma, the contractor
yeah.
of wind.
Man.
I like.
such a good one.
I
yes.
love that anime, and what I like about it is I like the traditional shonen formula. The idea of here is a fully trained main character, period. And he rolls in there. He takes care of his business. He's not playing around. There's no training montage. He knows what he's doing. You never really feel like he doesn't have control of the situation. And they even did something unexpected. Like when he does the whole, how every anime, this is so common, it ain't a spoiler, they do the evil side personality for a while. It's not his strongest form. They actually like, no, actually, you're not at your best when you're like going, all dark. It was just a great anime. And he's a cool dude. And again, they also did that while they play a little bit with the romance, it doesn't feel cheesy. They don't make it feel pressured. It's kind of like, there might be a romance here, but we got other stuff going on. And I enjoyed that one. And he reminds me of the Irregular from A Magical Academy in a lot of ways.
Nice.
Was it you? Yes.
Your turn.
But shout out again, though, to Overlord, though. Like,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
Main character Overlord. Especially the end of the first season. He got all the revenge I wanted. That's all I'm going to say.
Yep.
I was satisfied with the way he handled it.
We're at season 3, by the way, now of Overlord. So episode 1 just came out this past week.
I'll come back when the lizard men are done.
Oh, actually, I can't spoil that for you, but you can start watching now if you want.
Okay, good. The lizard man. I'm sorry, I couldn't feel him. I was just like, I don't care about your lizard man romance.
All season 2 was about the politics of the world that they're in. The first one was the introduction of the world.
Yeah, and I don't care about the politics. I want my boy to go all lich lord on that butt.
He did.
Like that's
He
all.
did.
Okay, ready?
Go for it.
So close.
Ooh, so close. 2 epic movie scenes. So this is where we talk about some of our favorite movie scenes. Like,
goodness.
so what's
think about it now?
Yeah. I mean, we've had so many recently with Disney with the Marvel Studios has loaded the epic movie scene.
That's
quota
too
up.
easy if you
I got
go. Yeah, don't snap your fingers. That's too easy. That's
Dang,
just,
I
that's
was gonna
lazy.
do it. Why? What
That
did
is
you do?
just lazy.
That
We're
is
not that lazy here.
No, actually, it's more to that. Who's starting?
She rolled.
Whoever.
So she
I
can.
got
She
to
can.
think.
Okay,
There's
well
so
we'll let
many
you go. We'll let you
movies.
go.
Okay.
So we'll come back to her.
Okay, don't think of me cheesy by doing this, okay? But think more of this. Spider-Man, when he died, you have to think about it. His Spidey sense, okay?
Yeah.
Allows him
Spoilers,
to
by the way,
feel-
if you haven't seen Avengers, and if you haven't,
I
why
haven't.
why haven't you?
Why haven't you? I mean, come on.
You
guys.
haven't.
I haven't seen the new one.
What?
Busy.
How did you know she hadn't seen it? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I could have sworn you were in the movie theater with me when we watched this. Were you not there? I could have sworn you were.
Do I need to punch you in your throat?
I could have sworn she was with
I
me.
love the
I'm
whole.
so
I didn't
I'm
even
about
notice
to-
that
I'm
you
about
weren't
to- I'm
there.
about to dot you
Yeah.
in your
Okay.
throat.
Well, okay.
I love having cosplay couples on now. I mean, this is like Evan forgetting that he was married to Rachel, you know?
Oh yeah, we're married. I like the whole like, wait, you weren't there? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I don't.
oh.
Who was that girl that I kept grabbing her hand? That I held her hand and said, "Spider-Man's dead." Who was that again?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So Spider-Man has Spidey sense, okay, and they really capitalized it on in the Infinity War movie. They really hinted at it and they brought it into fruition.
Mm-hmm.
When Spider-Man, when he was being erased from existence, everyone else didn't feel it except him because his Spidey senses were going off.
Yeah, he said, "I don't feel."
Overcontrol, and he feels it. He is the only one who could truly feel what was going on, being erased from existence.
But there's several people that were like literally like,
That moment to me was like, okay, I feel as if they did this right. They did it right. They didn't overuse the Spidey sense thing. They actually did it right for the right amount. I
and
feel.
this could be an epic scene because I can go in that too because I accidentally apparently made quite a few people sad at one of the cosplays. I was sitting up there hanging out on stage and somebody brought up the Spider-Man costume and I said, "Oh, Spider-Man, you're okay." And everybody on is like, "Oh," and I was like, "Oh no." Everybody just had like the too soon face and I was just like, "Ooh. Wow, I see that that hit a lot of hearts there. Just the faces of everyone just like remembering that tragic moment. And I'm just like, it's like when Aerith died.
It came up in our game yesterday. Somebody made a reference, and our editor was she's in this game that we play on Saturday nights. And when it came up, I really thought our editor was about to cry. Like it hit her hard, man.
Oh no, it was a tearjerker, and but that's how powerful the scene is. And like you can bring it up in a con and watch several people just go, immediately just downcast. And I was like, this reminds me of back when Final Fantasy VII came out, and it was like many gamers first learned how to cry at the end of like disc 1.
So have you thought of a scene you wanna talk about?
I mean, it might not be epic to y'all, but it was so funny to me. It was from what we were talking about earlier about Jack Black.
Oh yeah.
Well, he was in Jumanji, and they first got there. He looked into that pond. He's like, "Oh my god, I can't even now," because it was the girl in the dude's body, and he was just like, "I can't even right now."
Yeah, I haven't actually watched the movie. I know what you're talking about because it's in the
He did
it's in the
great.
trailer. So
Portraying a preppy female girl was great.
I heard he did a great job. Like he
Yes.
was the highlight of that movie.
Yes,
I
he
actually
deserves-
believed that it was a character and a girl was playing the character.
Mhm.
Like it
Oh,
literally
yeah.
felt that real.
That was my epic, like, as far as I can think
It
of.
just
that
makes me have
really.
to send a shout out to voice actors because they do it all the time. Like I'm always shocked how many times I'll be like, "Oh wait, that's a female. Oh wait, that's a male." You know,
Yeah.
it's just like wow, like there is no
Right.
lines. Like they have the talent to portray.
Like the
Okay,
voice actor of
Valley
Naruto.
Flanagan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I was like, "Oh, wait, what?" Like I was
Yeah.
shocked when I first saw it. I was like, "Oh."
Mhm.
When me
I
and
was
we
like,
had that discussion,
job.
we
No,
were
I
like-
knew it was a
she
girl a
knew-
long
I
time
didn't.
ago.
I didn't know that at the time, and she told me. I was like, "No, it's not." And she's like,
Mhm.
"Go look it up." I'm like, "Oh my god, it's a girl."
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's several.
Because I thought
Especially
back to all
young,
the scenes between
um,
Naruto and Sasuke. Naruto and Sakura, especially
Mhm.
when like he keeps promising to get, and just the heartfelt. And I was like, okay, maybe like is her wife playing Sakura? Because wow, the acting
Yeah.
is good.
Yeah.
Because I'm
And
feeling the emotion.
What's great about it, she actually sounds like that
Yeah, in real
in
life.
real
Oh, I
life.
know.
You can
Yeah.
see that Naruto's
Yeah.
voice come out.
Yeah, after I had brought her to you guys' panel,
Mm-hmm.
after your panel was over, I was gonna walk her back to her table, but she wanted to go and see
Mm-hmm.
Flannery from The Office.
Mm-hmm.
So I walk her over to see Miss Flannery first, and it was so weird because those two talking. It's like, okay, here's Flannery from The Office and Miss Flanagan, who sounds like Naruto,
Yeah.
having this conversation, and I was like, this doesn't compute, because you kept hearing Naruto
doesn't
in her
register,
voice.
like-
Yeah, it's just like
No.
that doesn't work right. They should not be in the same universe.
I understand.
Give me the dice scam. Is it up?
We
Yeah,
need,
so
we need
Let's see if I
that.
can go
Roll,
get this
man,
one, and
roll.
we can mess this up.
Don't do a
Something
one. We
I've
do
done
not
it several times in a row.
Oh, something horrible.
Yeah, a one is where we talk about something we really don't want to talk
Wait,
about.
wait. Ness, do we
Ah.
have to talk about something, or can we? It's improv. It says improv.
Oh, let's cross that line if we roll it.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Okay.
Let's.
Okay.
He's horrible about rolling them. That's why. Okay, no, good.
Ah,
No.
failed.
Yes.
9.
We don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, favorite horror
favorite
anime.
horror anime. Yeah,
Oh.
we had a list of different genre animes. We've been swapping through them. We're now on horror. So, what's you rolled it, Q? What's your favorite horror anime?
I'll go with Reset. Then it comes. Oh, wait a minute. But I don't know the name of that one. Oh, if I knew the name of it, I did see a really messed up one about magical girls, but except all the
Okay.
magical girls are evil and they're murdering people. But I'm gonna go with Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul season 1. I haven't jumped to season 2 yet. I'm a little behind, but
Me
season
too.
1.
I haven't seen season.
I really felt they did a good job of playing up, and it's not what you think. You know, it's actually the beginning when he tries to eat normal food, and just the moments of horror. I felt like if more vampire movies could play up a person who got changed slowly, realizing they have to drink blood,
Mhm.
as well as they play up the desire for human flesh,
Mhm.
like, because they really played into the
Yeah.
hunger building up, the other food not tasting right,
Him fighting back.
and
Yeah.
him like at times looking at people and just trying to. And I mean, when he had that one moment too, when he's looking at the cop near the end, and he's just like, "If you don't leave, I'm gonna eat you. Like, you've got to go. Like, I'm trying not to kill and eat you."
Yeah.
I really felt like this was an innocent person
Mhm.
fighting the urge that was that. I never felt that urge feel that's real. That you felt like this person was in the grips of something that he could barely control.
Mhm.
And I mean, it played out so well. And that's kind of why I didn't go past first season, because to me, that was kind of like the crescendo
Yeah.
Mhm.
was him dealing with his hunger. And after that, I was kind of like, oh, now it's an action anime. Yeah.
All right, next,
I'd have to say Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan.
When I saw that Titan eat his mama, I was like, oh my goodness.
That's the one that got you? Because when it
Yeah.
got him, that's the one that got, I was like,
Guys,
wait a minute, who's
guys,
the
It
main
literally,
character?
just like broke her back, and I
Uh-oh.
took it. I'm like,
I don't know if this sounds weird, but I was just sitting there like, we have an anime that's
I've
literally.
never seen that
breaking
happen.
the boundaries
and
right
I was
now.
like, oh
This
my
is
goodness.
crazy.
His mom is like gone, MA. Like,
And he watches, and it's just like, hey, man.
yeah, he's over there like,
And it's smiling the whole time, like, no.
yeah. And then you see the main character's arm gets taken off, and he gets eaten. I'm like, is
And
that
I'm sitting there
it?
going, like, is that? Yeah, I was like, oh, well, who's the? I guess his sister, who we like to call the last Asian. Because, like, remember, like, in her short story, they basically imply she's the last Asian person. And we figured that she works like Jet Li. That's why she's so badass.
Look,
is that
I love
as
Mikasa.
like the fewer Asians
Yeah.
are in the world, the more powerful they get until you get the one super Asian.
Oh no, the Asians are like the Force. I mean,
Well, yeah. Well, remember now, like when he met us again, it's like this is the world's last Asian, and she can like kill adults like it's nothing. So we're like, oh no, she's got the power of the last Asian.
okay.
I'll look. She's badass.
All right,
Okay.
I'm thinking about the topic. Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
What do you got?
Parasite.
Oh, that was mine.
Is it a horror? Because I love it, but it
I love that one too.
It's kind of a horror, but it's kind of not to me. I can't stop laughing.
Okay,
At
okay.
certain
When you see
parts.
like people's heads get
Yes.
bitten off and like people being turned,
Like the first scene, like when he first started, whoosh.
yeah.
Well,
like,
I mean, the
what is that?
whole
Okay,
premise of the
yeah.
show are these little pods that drop these little worms out,
Aliens.
which went and ate the brain of people and taken over their bodies. So you got to think every one of these parasites you see in the show.
Well,
So he acted fast.
I'm
okay?
resistant to body. I'm resistant to body horror because I've watched too much Lovecraft. So I guess that's why psychological affects me more than body horror, because it's a great body horror.
Yeah.
But you have to admit that they lost their horror theme for at least a couple episodes when Chin Guy shows up. Like Chin Parasite is just ridiculous to watch it
Yes.
every time.
Like how did he stop that parasite from going to the brain?
Well, no, it's like he started
No,
drowning.
not him, the chin dude.
Oh,
his
I
his
forgot he was
brain
drowning.
wasn't working because he was
He was
drowning.
He was drowning.
So the
okay.
parasite decided, well, the only way I can stay alive in this situation is extend
Mhm.
my,
Yeah.
He replaced the
jaw out.
lungs and the jaw and then
Yeah.
stretched up. So he didn't have a choice. But
dude.
every time that thing pops off, and I just go, all right, I'm just, come on, man. And even he's sitting there going like, it's a scary. I'm like, not right now. This is freaking ridiculous
Poor
looking.
dude.
Yeah.
But his mom was messed up. Oh, spoilers! Dang it!
Yeah,
God.
Nah, go watch Parasite. It is an awesome anime
Yeah.
if you
It
haven't
is.
seen it.
We're gonna say that we got one shout out to Devilman Crybaby,
Actually, yeah, that was
especially for that scene.
that's
you know?
gory, like beyond
Yeah.
control.
I haven't seen that.
I don't know if that's as much horror as it's just.
Well,
gore.
no, it's that.
It's a
Well, I
gore.
was referencing what I kind of just said, like that. There is one part that's
Yeah.
really messed up, though, that you're just like,
But yeah, no. Parasite was the one on my list. That's where I was going. I didn't think anybody was going to steal it from me, but
great minds think
No,
alike.
let's see. My next option on that would probably be.
I'm expecting you to say the one that I told you messed me up so bad I couldn't enjoy it. It got Elfin Lied, man.
Oh no.
I haven't even seen
I
that. but
had
I've
I had
heard
it
so
in my
much
head
about
just
it.
a second ago, and I completely lost it at some point. But no, like I was just thinking when he was doing a Parasite, I was like, oh yeah, well I'll do this one, and then I forgot it. So
Okay, can you remember anything about it?
I-
We'll get it. We'll pull it for you.
how about no? I can't think of anything about it right now. I mean, I've completely
What's
blanked
that
out.
vampire
man.
one that came out not too long ago that we watched?
Oh, I remember what it was.
The Castlevania?
It was
Yes.
Yeah,
Castlevania
Castlevania.
actually was pretty well
But
presented.
Yeah.
no, the Future Diary one with the phone.
Okay, yes,
Yeah.
you know, and what's his face? Yeah, Future Diary. I watched that one.
That one was
It's a horror?
I would say. I mean,
Yeah.
the girl that
She's
he goes to that
crazy.
girl's house, that crazy girl's house,
Yeah.
man.
I mean, I'm
I
not
mean,
seen
it's-
it, so that's why I'm like,
Oh no, you haven't seen it?
Future Diary? No.
it's good.
It's a little messed
good.
up.
It's
She's a little crazy.
yeah, it's messed up, man.
Okay, so this
So it's
one,
a yandere, huh?
I don't know if this is really horror, but it's more or less twisted, and it has a horror spin on it. But it would be Death Parade, because if you think about it, there is a lot of blood and there's a lot of really crazy stuff that goes
Mhm.
down, and a lot of like really insane things happen. But at the same time, it really tests
Mhm.
you know the way you think, and I like that kind
Yeah,
of.
it's more like a decision
Dark.
based
Yeah,
anime where these people have to make these certain decisions, and it really messes.
but
with
it has
them.
like
You
a
know,
horror spin.
I'm
to it.
surprised none of us put about up. What was it? I may say this wrong, but like Dokkangarapop, the one with the little teddy bear that's half white and black that has a murder.
I haven't seen that
I'm
one.
bad at pronouncing. It's like Danganronpa or whatever. Like
yeah.
that was more the first one. I haven't seen the later ones, but I hear they continue to be messed up. But I remember I was like,
Mhm.
"These are really jacked up." Because like
Yeah,
everybody's
yeah.
crazy. Like you're like it's like imagine
No,
finding
dude,
out like
my-
everybody seems to be freaking crazy. in
My
this show.
my 13-year-old niece had sent me this picture of this hoodie from that show.
Oh yeah, they love the
that
black
she
and white
wanted,
hoodie.
and I was
Yeah.
just like, "You should not be watching this show,"
Yeah.
you know.
No, it's
'Cause-
my cousins literally watch some of these animes I would deem like 18 or older.
Yeah.
And they watch them. And I don't know if they understand everything that's going on.
and
but
maybe that's what it is.
it's on look, they're on Netflix.
Yeah.
And parents think, "Oh, well, anything on Netflix or Hulu
cartoons are for
is
kids,
friendly. Cartoons
and
for kids."
Anime is not always for kids.
It's
That's what I
rarely
had to
for kids.
explain
They
to my
started
parents.
making
Yeah.
the first. Well, remember the first one over? Okay, I got the best one. My cherry popper for anime was Ninja Scroll. Yes, and if you remember the original
Bro.
Ninja Scroll movie, it starts off with the guy you think's going to be the main character. It's like, oh, it's Hanzo. I know that name, the legendary ninja. Having his arms ripped off and his blood drank, and then a few scenes later, it rolls into like a rape. So, like, Ninja Scroll is hardcore.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm just sitting here going like, this is not a cartoon. And I should have known something's wrong because the people that brought it to me were some of the hardest core thugs I grew up with. They're like, yo, man, you got to check this out. I'm like, a cartoon? They're like, check it out. And probably through, they just looked at my face and like, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then after that, Yurotsu Kodoji. Don't look that up. It's not, okay. That's
Yeah,
stop.
He's like, he's like,
Oh,
All
and
right,
Akira.
so-
And Akira wasn't really
Yeah.
like for kids either.
it
Well, no,
wasn't.
that was my introduction. Was back when the Sci-Fi Channel they did Akira and they did I think Bubblegum Crisis and they did
Tank Police.
Vampire Hunter D.
Oh, Vampire Hunter D was so good.
So-
But Ninja Scroll, oh man, Ninja Scroll. Like, let's link it back to the age it was when I watched that. I now know why I'm like this. Like, I think Ninja Scroll made a man out of me ahead of my time.
Anime messed me
Yeah.
up, man.
See, my first like actual anime
Uh-huh.
was whenever I first saw the Inuyasha trailer, and that's what hit it off for me. Then it was Dragon Ball Z. Then it was One Piece, but I dropped One Piece for Naruto.
You had such a clean start.
I
Oh, that's
know.
so
Mine was
sweet.
I know.
Yu Yu Hakusho, and then I watched that like after I got off of school at night at one in
I
the
remember
morning.
watching that too.
Remember how
Oh.
man, I always love teasing people like Yu Yu Hakusho is the best example of an anime that says watch more than one season because
Exactly.
season 1 has nothing to do
I guess
with the rest of that
technically,
anime
yeah.
practically.
Technically, my first anime would have been Robotech because
Ooh.
Robotech used to. So Sci-Fi Channel used to do Doctor Who, Robotech, and Dark Shadows. You know, all like in this little clump. And that was like my Saturday morning.
Never got into Robotech, man. The big blue guys just made me go like, "What the heck is going on?" And I was out. Now Voltron,
Yeah.
It depends which one.
the
I've
old
heard-
one.
I've
Well, no,
heard
we're not the lion, whatever. Well, no, like Voltron. Like
I've heard the
Americanized
new
Voltron.
one is good. I have not seen it.
Was
yet.
it
It
Go
is.
Lion? I think was the original, or something like that. What Voltron was based off
I
of?
know, I know.
Sorry, I'm getting way too nerdy on the
Yeah.
facts there. All I know is this, man. Leave Thundercats alone. See, we had to go here. I gotta leave Thundercats
I
alone.
made a post about that, and we talked about it. They'll take these really good cartoons and they'll dumb them down so little kids can start understanding them. And what it is they don't need to be dumbed down. They don't need to be messed with because they are what they are. If you want to create something for a kid, create a whole new TV show. Like do a Dora Explorer,
Or
do something
this.
else.
That taught us those some concepts. I remember that I learned a lot of concepts about leadership and honor, but from Thundercats because you learned about Lion-O's.
That was
Basically,
me.
the story
That
is
was me
Lion-O's
for
story.
Naruto.
Naruto.
That
Yeah,
was the
we did
beginning
that
of
for
Naruto.
Naruto.
And therefore, to me, dumbing it down is dumbing the kids.
It
Because we
is.
grew up on these cartoons, and that's why we have an intellect.
Mhm.
And that's why you look at kids now and they don't know anything. It's because their cartoons or Teen Titans Go. Because Teen Titans was too adult. The concept of
Yeah.
teens dealing with real world issues was apparently too much. So instead, let's do fort jokes and the pee-pee dance. Sorry, I've been forced to watch it with my kids, and there's an entire episode that's about the pee-pee dance.
So
Oh goodness.
me and my parents actually had this conversation recently. In Japan, they teach and instill lessons to children and teach and treat them like adults because they want them to act like adults. They force the kids to become janitors and cafeteria maids, and they have them take care of each other. So it shows respect. It shows that they have honor. It shows a lot of things. They have these lessons. Here we're kind of fraying away from a lot of this stuff, and kids are growing up without these lessons, and we're starting to see it more and more today.
Mhm.
I mean, manners are already thrown out the window.
I grew up with the concept of like talking back to an adult or being
Mhm.
rude to an adult was just not even a concept of something you do, but that is gone now.
Yeah.
And I look at stuff like these cartoons and I go, well, they're not teaching any principles. Like
Mhm.
I've sat down and I like Teen Titans so much that I have actually watched a massive amount of Teen Titans Go in hopes that it would break before me and would start to actually try to be good.
Mhm.
And no, in fact, it got worse. They started teaching negative lessons
Mhm.
more and more. It got to the point. There's an episode that basically says reading is dumb. Don't read books. That's stupid and boring. There's an episode that says being a bad is more fun than being good. So why be a good guy? I mean, these are real things in here. Like it literally is negative reinforcement and negative
Yeah.
lessons scattered all throughout it. So that I had to do damage control. I've even had my son and his brother come to me and go, "Is this okay?" And I had to go, "No, just don't listen to this show. It's bad."
All right.
And
Well,
they've stopped watching it now.
but
because they
before
told me
before
that.
we rant
Oh.
on for
Yeah.
forever about this, we've hit way
After school
over our
announcement.
way over our leagues here. So let's come to an end. We will be a little later live streaming next Sunday because we'll be at a con. So it'll be around 4:15 before we get the live stream going, and
Yeah.
we'll see you then. You Dragon Blossom, you guys got anything you want to say before we end this up?
If you decide to follow us, welcome to our channel, by the way. We do a lot of stuff, so
And follow our motto: anyone can cosplay.
All right, there you go. Be sure to check us back. Usually at 3:30 on Sundays is our show time. So check us out. We try to have guests as often as we can on these shows. So you get to see some different opinions, different faces, and find out some cool stuff. Be sure to go to our YouTube channel. You can subscribe to Dice Junkies there. We also have a Patreon. So if you want to support us, you can go to the Patreon/Dice Junkies. Pretty much all across the web, we're at Dice Junkies, except for on Twitter, we're Dice Junkies LLC. All right. Well, hey, thanks for listening. And as always, we hope you enjoyed.
See you guys later.
Bye.